Hi everyone. My name is Tyrone. I am a mechatronic engineering lecturer at the Durban University of Technology. As well, I'm also a researcher at Stellenbosch and UKZN, where I focus on doing research on using drones to identify and categorize waste along coastal regions.
Oh, awesome. What's been your experience working with Red Bull Basement?
Sure, Red Bull Basement has really been a journey for me. I was fortunate this year that I was able to be a mentor in KZN, where I helped mentor some of these groups here, which obviously participated. Unfortunately, they weren't able to win, but we really think we found a really good team to represent South Africa on the global stage, and it's really exciting to see Red Bull put a platform together to allow young entrepreneurs to change the world with their ideas.
Why is such a project so important right now in South Africa?
That's a great question. One, South Africa has many challenges. And the only way to solve the challenges is to come to the people that live here. There are so many unfortunate challenges which we face every day. Our people know on the ground what those are. And what better people to talk to, get people to think, to problem solve, and also to look from a different lens is that we want to create problem solvers, game changers, which is something that I feel that our education system really fails at. And these types of initiatives ensure that we are developing those real skills for people to be successful and hopefully change the environment of South Africa, which we live in.
What's one of the things that's really fascinating for me on top of what you already say is the fact that we don't have enough initiative that are investing on ideas. A lot of times they want a prototype, show us the product. So I just thought, what's that journey been like for you working with ideas in a space where there's not much value placed on ideas or prototypes?
I think that's what's really great about Red Bull Basement is that anyone can come with an idea and really pitch it to us and kind of show them their thinking process, because everyone lives life through a different lens. And sometimes, actually I think most times, competitions are so focused on the end result but don't really focus on the idea or concept generation process. And that's very important because sometimes, ideas get stuck in that stage because they don't know how to move on. And that's why I think Red Bull Basement, the initiative, is such a great way to take those ideas and take them to the next level. And I think that's exactly what we found with our winners today.
Today you're part of the judges who announced the winner. What was the process like for you?
Wow, we had some really heated discussions, hey? We had 8 great groups. All pitching great ideas, and what a variety. We had people, solving our e-hailing problems. We had people talking about insects and how we can use AI to help with, insect farming. And we had people really focusing on helping the visually impaired. So we really had robust discussions, really exploring different categories. But at the end of the day, it was an exciting process because I think we did find a clear winner that not only represents South Africa, but can also highlight problems that exist all over the world, whether it's in a third world country or a first world country.
I mean, it's interesting because we had AI is a big part, it's a big theme of this initiative. And there's a bit of resentment around AI, whether it's in music or whether it's actual content or whether it's even in workspaces. There's a lot of reservations around it. How can South Africa capitalize on AI? How can Africa capitalize on AI?
So I think when it comes to AI, there is this misconception that it's going to solve our problems and it's going to just replace jobs. I think we need to shift our thinking to think, no, how do we use it to assist us, to aid us in idea generation, concept generation, providing better services, providing better understanding. And I think that's what South Africa, and maybe Africa as a continent, really needs to do, because we have many challenges and AI can help guide us through those processes of finding solutions to it. It must not replace people. It must never do that. It must aid and empower us. And I think that's what Red Bull Basement does. We use AI to empower these young entrepreneurs, these young change makers when it comes to developing a concept, developing an idea, and then, really working with them for the next 2 or 3 months to then turn that idea into something that is commercially viable. And in essence, people can make money off it.
Interesting. I mean, the winners are going to go to Silicon Valley. How big a deal is this? And why is it a big deal?
When you think of many of the young entrepreneurs that have entered today, some of them have never maybe even left their city, let alone the country. And the world is different when you travel to different continents. People think differently. People live differently. They have different cultures. And when it comes to winning a competition like this, you're not only exposed to the mentorship that comes with it, and obviously some money as well, but you can get to experience a different culture and see the world through a different lens. That Africa has problems, but so do the rest of the world. And to be able to see it, to be able to live it, to experience it, to engage with people that don't even know what the African continent's about. I think that in itself is also a big benefit which our winners of the competition do. They get to see the world through a different lens. I think that's important because when you're trying to solve problems, you can't be narrow-minded. You have to think about the world and its problems, not only the problems that are isolated here in South Africa.
I mean, we have 7 groups that didn't win, that didn't make it. What's your advice to them?
Firstly, I just want to congratulate all 7 groups. The fact they've got to this stage is amazing. And they got to the stage because the idea has merit. So what I would advise, and I think I told this story earlier today, is Dyson. It's a hairdryer and it's a vacuum cleaner company. The first prototype took 5 years to develop. 5,126 failed prototypes had to occur before the first successful prototype. And if you just take that story, is that I want to tell the teams today, just because you didn't win, it doesn't mean your idea isn't good. You got here because it has merit. You need to work on it, further refine, further develop it. And if Dyson could do that and, spend 5 years, 5,126 prototypes, so can you. It might not be the second, might not be the 5th or the 10th, but keep working on it, keep refining it, being exposed to these kind of people that are at this event, such as myself and the other mentors. Work with us. Let's see if we can assist you when it comes to finding a viable solution.
Before we close it off, for young people out there who hear this word all the time, idea, where do people find ideas?
That's a great question. Ideas all around us. If you think of just your everyday life, look around you. There are problems in every corner of our life that we live in. And when it comes to idea generation, the very first thing you got to do is define what the problem is. Really understand it. Because often what happens is people rush to find a solution, but they don't think of, what is the root cause of the problem? Ask why, not once, not twice, 5, 10 times to really get to the root cause of the problem. Once you get to the root cause of the problem, you're then able to find a solution or generate an idea that will materialize into a product or solution.
Thank you so much, man. How can people find out more about the work you're doing?
So you guys can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just follow me on Tyrone Bright. You'll see that I'm a mechatronic lecturer at DUT. So reach out to me. More than happy to help young entrepreneurs in this space and to assist wherever I can. Thank you.